This video is a walkthrough of a test route at Bromley Driving Test Centre. I'm going to drive around the route, just explaining some of the things that I'm doing and some of the things that you should really be thinking about to make sure that hopefully you pass your test first time. So the spaces to park are all on the left, just here. So we go very slowly round the corner. It's very tight round here, as you can see on the video.
You will arrive at your destination at 1:18 p.m.
Okay, so I've already got a meeting situation with the cars coming towards me, so taking my centre on my right, moving back out.
At the end of the road, turn left, then, at the end of the road, turn right.
Okay, so a couple of instructions there. Turning right.
Turn right.
Mirror checks, signals on. Getting as close to that centre line of this road as I can. See to the right and the left, a couple of cars coming from the right. Traffic lights to the left have just changed to red, so there's a van just about to pass. After that I'm good to go. I'm going to cross the centre line of the road before I really start turning the car. Trying not to cut any corners. Now as we go round the corner you'll see two lamp posts on the left hand side. They sometimes ask you to pull up on the left in a safe, convenient, legal place. Just show you here. After the first lamp post, there's a drop curb and then a high piece of curb just here. So I'm just pulling up next to the high piece of curb, and then they'll say drive on when it's safe. Checking around. Got a few cars approaching from behind, so I'm just hanging on for a moment. Still a flurry of cars coming from behind, so I'm just hanging on. I'm just looking for the gap coming from behind so that I can indicate without confusing anybody. Okay, I can see the gap coming. Checking around to make sure it's safe. My indicator's on. I've indicated and I've moved out already.
After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Okay, so we're going left on a roundabout. This is the square one that's not quite technically a roundabout anymore. I'm not going to indicate until I pass that junction on the left. Look at the road markings here. You've got a hatch mark on the left here.
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Try not to drive in it. Think of it more of as a physical thing on the left. Okay, taking me time around the corner. I'm only doing about 20 miles an hour coming around this bend. Can't see what's coming. There's a car park just on the right. You'll see a car in the junction.
After 200 yards, bear right, then turn right.
That car park on the right where you can see that learner is one that they use on tests.
Bear right, then turn right.
So I'm going to bear round to the right, that's what the sat-nav's asking me to do, and then I'm going to turn right. So mirror
Turn
check.
right, then bear right.
Okay, I'm getting into position. I've already checked my mirrors, got my signal on. Getting as close to the centre line as I can, and then trying to stop at my point of turn on the new road. Look like I've got a good enough gap. Turning in, looking for any road sign to do with speed. Got that car there with its hazard lights on. A very narrow street up ahead.
Bear right.
Just slowing down, let that car come through. There's another one coming through as well. Just going to give them time to come through. It's a little bit awkward here, so take your time, don't rush to go down this street. I'm going to push the car all the way over to the left without going into that left hand road, because I can't see what's coming towards me. Look, I'm taking my time. I'm at 10 miles an hour. I can see down the road now, so I'm starting to increase my speed. A hazard there with a man with a high-vis jacket on. As soon as you see any hazard, look in your centre mirror to see what's going on behind. Taking my time on the bend here, trying to make sure I stay within the road markings on the right of me there. Looking through the gap here again to see if any cars coming towards me. Again, slowing down a little bit here on the bend, leaning over to the left to help me see down the middle. Looks pretty safe. Again, I'm only at 22 miles an hour coming through this bit. It's a 30 mile an hour road, but it's not really safe to do that in that tight of a road. Again, I've got a bend in the road to the right. So again, I'm just easing off. The car's coming back down to 20 miles an hour. Got another hazard with the white van on the right. Again, take your time, don't rush. Okay, now I can increase the speed. Another hazard down there, car turning round. Another car.
After 200 yards, turn left.
Another car on the right with his hazard lights on. They're going to start coming through. I'm going to anticipate that, but I'm just going to pull over and hold off. No point trying to rush to get through at the same time. There's a lot of things going on in front of me at the moment. That. Okay, check the centre, check the right, move back out when it's safe, and say don't rush. Take your time when you see all these hazards developing.
Turn left.
Just underneath the traffic light on the right, there's a sign that says buses merging from the right. Just be careful when the traffic lights change that any buses on the right of you get the priority, because at the end of the road where I am coming to, there's a give way sign. So just need to be aware that I might have to give way to any buses. So as I approach the traffic light, I'll be looking to the right to see if there's any bus. Okay, lights have changed, checked all around, starting to move off. Okay, the buses are moving on the right, so I've got to be ready to give way to that bus. But there's no buses after it, so I'll move straight out because the traffic is actually held. The bus has a little tiny slip road that it uses. So quite a few people walking around. These are all potential hazards. So I'm going straight on at this junction. Stay in the left hand lane to go straight. Lights are changing, just checking all around, left mirror, centre mirror, right mirror, starting to roll up with the traffic. So I've got a bus in front, I can see the bus stop in front as well, so I'm going to try and change lanes in a second. I've got a vehicle beside me, check my centre and my right, got my signal on, checked over the shoulder, moved out, check my centre and my left. My signal on, move back to the left. It's quite a way down to the actual right turn that the sat-nav's asking me to do. It hasn't said it yet, but I can see it on the screen. 700 yards it says. That's almost 70 cars. Too early to move over. So try to move over at about 500 or 50 cars that equates to. the sat nav says 500 at the moment. So checking my mirrors, I've got a car beside me, it's just about to pass. My signal's on. Checked over my shoulder, just drifting over, down to 37 cars, 370 yards. So
after 300 yards, turn right, then take the third left.
okay, so you must make sure you understand what the sat nav's asking. It said turn right and take the third left. I'm currently in the right hand lane. This
turn
lane,
right, then take the third left.
This lane will open up into 2 lanes at the traffic lights. So because it's asked me to turn left afterwards, I'm going to use the left of the 2 right turning lanes. I'm going to make sure I go right over, keeping in that left lane, because I know that there's a car coming around with me in the right of the right lanes, because they're all using that lane there that's full up at the moment, as is the one that comes down this side. Doing about 15 miles an hour at the moment in this traffic, not too fast.
After 100 yards, turn left, then turn right.
Okay. So the sat nav's again asking turn left, then turn right. It didn't say the first left, the first right, or the first whatever. So I should plan to stay in a left lane if there's more than one, until I can work out how far away my junction is. I'll know where that is because I'll be looking at the top of the screen on the sat nav just to glance at how far it is. Traffic lights on the left, it's got a green arrow. I'm turning left, so it's safe to go despite the red light. That's for the traffic.
Turn left, then turn right.
Okay, so I've turned left and then it's saying turn right. Well, I can see on the screen it says 330 yards and that's 33 cars away, so that's why I've come right round this left lane. I'm looking in my right mirror because I can see a car coming down in the right, but we're all going to merge.
After 200 yards, turn right.
We've all merged into one lane now. The vehicle turning in front, road's opening up a bit. Okay, so turning right. Checked my mirrors.
Turn right.
Got my signal going. You can see the white line's curving a little bit, so I've got to try to push my car towards the white line on the right of me. Car in front, give a nice little flash. On your test, you're going to pull up a few times. I'd say somewhere between 3 and 5 times on a test in general. So here I'll pull over in a safe, convenient place. And then we're going to move off. Checking all around. Car approaching from behind, so I'll hang on with the signal. Okay, there we go. The car's actually parked. Okay, moving off. Couple of hazards in front. Car just pulled up on my side. It's quite narrow. Just making sure that the cars coming towards me can move over, can see me. I've moved over to the left of my lane now to help the oncoming cars. Up ahead I can see cars are parked on both sides, so we're going to have some meeting situations in this road. It's a little bit narrow, so I'm just leaning out to the right. I can already see some headlights in the car door. There we go. So I'm just going to pause here for a moment, let this car decide what it's going to do. Both come through together, give them a little thanks. Take your time. I'm only doing 15 miles an hour there. Starting to increase now. Got another big vehicle coming towards me, so just moving over to the left a little bit. Planning to carry on going through because I can see that they can move over as they pass the last car on their side. Another hazard coming towards me with these bollards, so just slowing down enough to line myself up. Just about 8 miles an hour, increasing as I go through now. Sign on the left about school patrols. Again, keeping slightly left of the lane there because of all the parked cars on the right hand side. Can't see anything else coming towards me now, so I've moved back to the middle, staying in the middle of my lane. looking over the top of the cars on the right, on the bend. Now, another meeting situation, but I reckon
After
I'll get past
300
this next
yards,
car.
turn right, then, at the end of the road, turn right.
I'm just trying to get past that next car before that van got any closer. Now I'm going to slow down a little bit. I reckon we could both get through here. We just need to go a little bit slower. Brought the speed down to about 13 miles an hour there. Doing a right turn at the end, and then right turn again.
Turn right, then, at the end of the road, turn right.
Can be a bit tricky, this junction coming out. There's quite often a lot of traffic just along this bit. Nothing on the right, one car approaching on the left. About to move out, straight after it. Here we go. So there's the first right, and then it's a right turn at these traffic lights.
Turn right.
Okay. We've got a yellow box just in front of us at this junction, so we've just got to make sure that when the light goes green, that the traffic to the right, the road that we're taking, has moved, because if it hasn't, then we shouldn't move forwards, because we'll end up getting stuck in the box. You can only wait in the box. The actual road that you're turning onto is clear. It's hard to see the crossing on the right hand side, so I'm going a little bit slower, trying to look. I'm leaning forward in the chair just to make sure that there's nobody there, because the cars coming towards me are obscuring the view. If you go too fast through that gap, you're going to find that the examiner might brake for you, and you don't want to give them that opportunity to do anything like that. You take your time, plan it all through. There's no rush. Bend in the road. Sign on the left. It says it's a parallel crossing. This is a new style zebra crossing. It's got an extra bit on the floor for the cyclist to ride across at the same time that the pedestrians walk across.
After 200 yards, turn left.
At about 19 miles an hour at the moment, pushing up the hill. Good distance between
turn
me and
left.
the vehicle in front. Turning left, checking mirrors, signals on. About 6 cars. You can see into the road, looks pretty clear as we go in. Couple of parked cars on the left, shouldn't really cause us any problems. Bending the road to the left. Don't know what's around the corner, so I wouldn't want to go flying around there at 30. Looking down the left side of that tree there to see if anything's coming. Person in the middle there. Car on the left has got its engine on, the windows open. Things you're thinking about. The sign up there tells you that the road ahead bends.
At the end of the road, turn left.
So again, just easing off the gas pedal now, not touching the brakes. Just following all the way around, trying to avoid the white line, driving in it. Okay, mirrors, signal for the turn.
Turn left.
A couple of vehicles to the right, a couple of vehicles approaching on the left, but it's quite a wide road, so when I turn out, shouldn't affect anybody coming from the left of me. Okay, one more car. I'm starting to roll out now. Straightening up, checking all my mirrors, see who's following me down the road. Bus stop ahead. Sign there that says new traffic island. Turning vehicle, centre check again in case that white van tries to go before. Just at 25 miles an hour at the moment. Got a nice gap between me and the vehicle in front. Another hazard approaching on the left, that car in that junction there. Always wondering if they think that there's a too big of a gap.
After 300 yards, turn right.
And they might come out. So just trying to anticipate those kind of things. A cyclist up ahead on the pavement. A couple of cars coming out on the right hand side. I'm going to be turning right in a second. So centre check, right signals on. Again, keeping an eye on the cyclist, wobbling about a little bit. I'm going to try and get into this gap.
Turn
here,
right.
because I'm going to have to stop. So a big steer in, big steer left to get my car into this gap as much as I can to open up the left lane. Just waiting for a nice gap in front. A couple of cars coming towards me. Just seen a learner pull out of a junction, so got a bit of a gap now, so I'm off. Just checked over my shoulder, my right shoulder, because I'd waited a little while to make sure somebody behind me didn't try to go before me. Okay, just slowing down, letting the car in front that just turned around. Letting them sort themselves out and get moving. I'll pull up on the left. You may be asked to pull up on the left just before the next vehicle.
After 200 yards, turn left.
Try to stop when you think you're about a car away. Something like this. They may ask you to move off, but they may ask you to do your parallel park. So I'll just show you a parallel park. I'm just checking around. Signal to the right, moved off. Now I'm signalling to the left. I'm trying to get reasonably close to the car. Trying to get my mirror to pass the back of their car in this case. Stick my car into reverse. Check around. Gonna reverse back in a nice straight line, checking around. But I'm looking in the little window at the back of my car to see when I see the front of their car in this case. I'm gonna check around one more time and then I'm gonna go about my parallel park. I'm gonna turn one whole turn to the left. When I feel like I'm close enough, I'm going to do 2 turns around to the right, 2 turns around to the right. I'm going to sit myself up in the chair and I'm just looking in my little window now, my little mirror, sorry, for the curb. Here comes the curb. I'm going to do 1 turn back to the left. And I'll stop there. Then I'd ask me to drive on. So, checking around for safety. See a car coming from behind, so I'm not going to signal just yet. I'm going to wait till it gets a little bit closer. It's just coming behind me now, so the signal's on. Going to do a quick check around again, final check, and I'm out. Moving off. Checking all my mirrors once I've moved off to see how things are behind me, beside me. Next on the left, mirrors.
After 80 yards, turn left.
Okay, as I turned in, I've got a hazard in front of me with another person reversing out, so I was ready to stop. Start to move, and then I'll pull up on the left in a safe place. So, just going to pull up beside this tree. It's just past the car that was on the right, and it's not opposite the other car that's on the right again. Making sure I don't stop in an awkward position for other people. Checking around again to move off. Final check, look over the shoulder and release the handbrake and away you go. End of the road, we're turning right.
At the end of the road, turn right, then you have reached your destination.
Great. That just means that that's the end of
Turn right, then you have reached your destination.
Means it's the end of the independent driving. Doesn't mean my test is finished. Looking right and left, it's pretty clear to the right, slightly obscured to the left. I've edged out a little bit until I could see better. Just means they'll give me directions from here for the remainder of the test.
After 100 yards, you have reached your destination. You have reached your destination.
following the road around because nobody said anything. At the end of this road, asked me to turn left. Mirror checks, signals on, getting into a left turning position. Got a hazard with that car on the left. Nothing happening on the right. Just watching what the car on the left was doing. Looks like they've gone about their business now. Still got their hazard lights on. Next road on the left, centre check, left signals on. Taking me time because the other car at that point makes it a very small, narrow street. Now you may be asked to pull up on the left on this street. Or you may not. I'm going to take the next road on the right. Taking my time coming around. Don't want to approach too fast. And that would be the end of one of the test routes. I hope you found this video helpful. I'm going to cut through this car park because I can see there's a lot of learners getting ready for their 135 test. Wish them all good luck. Just don't want to be in anybody's way.